Hey everyone, it's been a while since I live streamed. I hope you can all hear me. I lost my other screen, so I need to verify. Maybe I can do it from YouTube just to make sure that the stream is going well. All right, so yeah, let's talk about this project and the truth about what you actually face when you're building a project like this. I know many of you might have thought that maybe I've stopped building the project because of the silence, but no way. I'm actually still at it, and the number of challenges I've been facing for quite some time. So, yeah, let me address them and share with you. Maybe one of you can learn from my experiences. So, you all know that this idea, like from day one, when I told you the idea came from a friend of mine who was establishing a company, and that company actually works till this day under the same name that this project is built and is registered in this country and is well established and has been working for some time. And the goal was to take the whole thing online. And like you've seen, there's been pretty much success. Of course, there are a few things which are not yet done, like maybe scaling, but yeah, the plan for scaling is there, but there's no need to scale if you don't have even 10 or maybe 1,000 users using your application. Okay. That comes at a certain point. But right now, the challenges have been with getting to production. Sometimes getting to production is not all about your code, it's about what environments you have to deal with. And I'm going to mention each of them. The first one relies with the service that gives us flights, which is Amadeus. Okay. So I'll just talk about the flight service. Okay. The flight service first. Then the other one deals with the payment gateway. The payment gateway. So two very important things. Now, what's the issue with the flight service and what's the issue with the payment gateway? I'll explain, and as I explain, I might intertwine between the two because at some point they are actually related. When you're developing, it's actually very easy to get the test keys. Trust me, very, very easy. But when you go to production, at least for my country, I don't know how it is in other countries. Maybe it's much easier. Please share in the comments. In my country, it's actually quite different. And I'm going to tell you what happened. Now, the first thing, when we wanted to take the flight service, like you all know, Amadeus discontinued the free self-service API, which means we had to move from the self-service and migrate to the enterprise. And of course, for business, this kind of disturbed the entire plan. The plan was not to pay for the enterprise API, but later the people I work with were like, okay, it's well, no problem, let's pay for the enterprise API. So we applied to Amadeus, and even the person I'm working with joins, okay? And so not the person, but actually the people who I'm working with join a company-wide, can I call it company-wide, but like an Amadeus retreat for, not a retreat, but like a webinar, okay, more of like a webinar retreat for East Africa, and they want to explain to agents how to use the self-service API, and rather the enterprise API, not the self-service API, but how to use the enterprise API, not self-service. And they took time to explain several things. They even suggested that you can decide to build on top of them using their enterprise API using something called Amadeus Connect, or you can use their in-house solution. Okay, they built something in-house which has not been given to the public, which can be used for building your stuff. Okay, not actually building, but you can build on top of it. That's the whole goal. By simply maybe linking, having a link, okay, whereby when someone clicks on landing page, it takes you to that custom built thing for your own self, but it simply means you don't have to write any line of code. So we apply, and after applying, they say share your details. Okay. When we share the details, we have to now work with a bank. Okay. A bank, because some of the details we have to share involve a bank. I'm trying to delete this, but it seems not to be moving away. Okay, so we have to work with a bank, which is understandable. So when the guys go to a bank and they apply, when they apply, it becomes quite tricky again. The banks ask for a number of documents, okay? Things like a Form 20, okay? I don't know what it will be called in your country. They ask for something called a Form 8. They ask for the certificate of what is called of incorporation that is given to you when you register a company. They ask for, I think, the trading license. Okay. Then they ask for the board of resolutions. Okay. So when we do that, we go back to the bank, and the bank is like, no, you're missing one more document. Please share your returns, okay, that you have filed, because your company has existed for more than a year. And of course, all the things that you have to know and to do cost you some money. Okay, so to file a return, usually you need an accountant or you need an auditor. You have to pay them. For the board resolution, you also need to pay a lawyer. Okay, a lawyer needs money for this. The trading license, you need to pay your authority in your country that deals with taxation. So if you start up on zero budget, trust me, you'll hustle. Okay, it won't be quite easy and direct. You need to save up some money to do all this, and the process of even just getting a trading license is not as easy as you think. I had to talk to about 3 to 4 different people. Okay, I was given this task to help them, and trust me, it was not easy. Okay, it wasn't quite easy. It took some effort, and I tried. Okay, I did my best, but the process was too long. Okay, someone asks you, bring this document, bring this other document, bring this document, fill up this. Some people want bribes, and all of 3 people had different prices. Trust me, 3 different quotes for the trading license. Okay, so you have to spend some money on the trading license. So this is to your tax authority of your city where you live. The board of resolutions has to be created by a lawyer, okay, just for it to be safe, unless you have like a template that you can edit and submit. These other tools have to be given to you, not tools, but documents have to be given to you by what is it called? The company or the body in your country that is responsible for registering companies. So in fact, there's another form which is called, I think, Form 1, if I'm not mistaken, which is about. So to get these 3, you need one organization. To get this other one, another organization. To get this one, another entity. To get the filing of returns, another entity. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 entities involved in you getting documentation required for you to open a business bank account, and each of them need money. That is the first challenge. Okay, so after, not the first challenge, but a number of challenges, like I've been telling you, and it's quite hard because it takes literally a long time. It tests your patience and tests how much you're willing to spend. Okay, now after getting this account, okay, the number of documentations that we need for the payment gateway. Okay, the payment gateway is now waiting for those documents, and note that all these documents have been submitted, but the account has not yet been created. Actually, I think one is missing, this other one here, because it needs an auditor. and the auditor that they contacted was kind of busy. Okay, so the returns will be shared later. So just having this back account alone has blocked these two things from going ahead. Now, for the payment gateway, when we tested it, we discovered that you can push up to about $10 in the live account. Okay, you can't push more than $10. You have to certify all these documents. Okay, and something else that you have to provide. Okay, that's not in my mind right now, that you have to provide. If you don't provide it, you get a loss. Okay, so it's been over, I think, either 2 months or 3 months, I'm not sure, but more than a month. Okay, whereby the flight service that we are supposed to use has not received the paperwork that we're supposed to give them, and also the payment gateway has not received the paperwork that they're supposed to receive. So that kept the project at a halt. Okay, but once in a while people test it, identify a few bugs, and I've been updating. In fact, the production code right now looks very, very different from what the public mirror has. And I hope many of you have been learning and experimenting from that public mirror. So yeah, the project has not ended, and there are things that I want to share uh, going forward. Not only just having a conversation like this and telling you about the challenges, but I actually want to tell you more technical stuff. Okay, there are things that I want to discuss with you and share. Like recently, I've got uh, access to something called Guard Core. It's a tool, okay, that you can use for security. And yeah, I think I'll share with you soon, and you'll like it, okay? A tool that you can use to monitor things like your rate limiting and just generally security in general. I was invited to it. I'm going to test it, and I've been offered actually a pro plan. Okay, there's a pro plan that if I want a pro plan, I will have access to this pro plan. Okay, yeah. But when I signed up, I only chose the free plan. Okay, so in case I need the pro plan, I'll still share with you, and I'll maybe request for it because they already offered it to me. And yeah, I'll share with you how this pro plan works and how you can use it for security of your projects. So this project is far from done. So hopefully by end of this week, there's great hope that the paperwork is going to be done, and then the bank account will be created. By the not any bank account, but a business bank account. Creating an individual bank account takes a very short time. It can even take probably 30 minutes. But this has taken us a long time. Long time. At one point, we are almost going to be done, but the guy had a challenge, okay? And he spent money on the company, okay? And he lacked the money, okay? Sometimes you might have 10 million, but the challenge at hand requires you to solve a problem of 9.5 million, okay? The challenge requires 9.5 million out of your 10 million. And yet what you're supposed to solve requires 2 million. So 2 million might look small, but you don't have it because you have a challenge of 9.5 million. That happened, and then we pushed everything ahead. But yeah, everything is going on. Yeah, so the goal was to build in public and to teach, show my knowledge, teach those who can learn from me, learn from you. And there are more things about this project that I want to teach you, okay? For example, like how to scale a project like this. How do you go to production? What do you do in production? What are the hassles you meet like right now, okay? Right now I'm having a hassle. How do you cheer? Not me, but of course like the team and the people I'm working with, okay? How do you go about such hassles? Because it's real and it happens, okay? Maybe in your place where you are it's different, maybe it's very easy. Please let me know in the comment section. And yeah, there's a number of things like I said are coming up. Many of you are requesting for microservices in depth. I've seen your comments. I will consider that and I'll plan to do that. But for now, my goal is to go really deep into system design so that I don't have a situation whereby someone says, please go deeper into system design. I want to do my best to go really deep and maybe share like 3 real world examples. After that, maybe I can then go into things like AI engineering. I can go into stuff like back maybe to microservices or cloud, whatever. Okay, we shall see how the flow goes. Yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to go into hype and stuff like that, but to tell you real stuff. And yeah, it's good I use the live stream for this because yeah, in your live stream you don't get to edit, and yeah, you just tell people the truth. That's what's happening on ground. So yeah, that's it. I hope sharing this experience prepares you for your projects. Yes. Nareda Techie, how are you doing? I'm okay. Glad that you joined today's live stream. I had hidden the chat. Sorry, I hadn't seen your messages. I've just seen them. Yeah, it's been a while since I got online. I hope you're okay. I hope you're still on the chat. I mean, on the stream. You might have missed your message, but yeah, that's what has been going on for quite some time. Yo, you have a question? Please go ahead. Please go ahead and ask the question. So this project is going to have more things. My goal is if someone wants one single source of truth where they can learn how to build a project, okay? And build this project by going through all possible scenarios. Okay, not all possible scenarios. Saying all possible might be a lie because maybe what happens in that country is not what happens here. But to cover most of the concepts and most of the things that you may encounter, okay? That's the goal of building this. So Narendra says, I have a question. Yeah, I'm waiting for the question. Hi Nehe, can I finish this as my final project currently in video number 67? Tarif, Ahmed, nice to hear from you. At least their names I can read and know that, yeah, this is someone I've interacted with. Yeah, it's really good. Really good. Yeah, short answer is yes. Okay. It really depends on number one, what you want your final project to be, or rather what the goal of your final project is. Okay. If the goal of your final project is to, okay, let me not mention your goal, but let me say this. If the goal of your final project, okay, can be satisfied by this project, go ahead. I have no problem with it. Okay. Yeah. Go to the GitHub repo, okay, the public mirror, and clone it and do whatever you want with it. Okay. It's a great project. Okay. If you can build this project and own it, okay, and really understand the system design, guys, okay, Tarif and everybody, the goal here is the system thinking. Okay. Do not lose the system thinking. Okay. Narendra Teki, I'm still waiting for your question. The system thinking, okay? Do not lose the system thinking. Have that in your mind, okay? It's very important. You get. The goal here is system thinking. Once you understand the system thinking of this project, you've done like 60% of the work. Or even, let me say 70, okay? Then you can learn all the other concepts involved, okay? Then build on it, own it. Because right now I can tell you the private code base, okay, is now way different from what you know. Okay. I modified it, I changed things, I've optimized things. Okay. But what I've optimized, okay, you can also do it to apply to your own goals or use cases or business uh, requirements or user requirements. It's all possible. So yes, you can use it for your final project. Okay. Just make sure you go as detailed as possible. Tarif says, and I want to be completely free, but Amadeus does not give any it does not give any data in self-service. Yes, Tarif, Amadeus self-service is now done. Okay, is now done. You cannot sign up for Amadeus self-service anymore. Okay, but okay, watch some of the videos. Okay, just look in this in the playlist. There's a point where I talk about replacing Amadeus. You get? I replaced Amadeus, okay, with two things, okay? The first one was DAFO. If you look at the DAFO API, Tarif, check if it works in your country. If DAFO works in your country, you can replace Amadeus with DAFO, okay? Or if DAFO is too much, use the mock, okay? I talked about a mock Amadeus service. In a live stream, I built an Amadeus service, okay? Rather, a mock service. That mock service shows and replicates the exact data that Amadeus would provide if it was in a live session. You get? Check that video. All you need to do will be to change one environment variable like this, one environment variable, okay? And you'll have Amadeus self-service working for you normally, okay? So just go to scroll in the playlist, look for that video, and you'll be, maybe I can get it for you now. I don't know. Let me see. How can I get this? Let us see if I go to playlists. So Narendra, I've seen your question. I'm going to come to you. Just want to make it easy for Tarif. So if I scroll, so where is it? 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 Aha. So if you look at this, okay, surviving API deprecation could be the one. Just wait. Let me see. Yes, this one here. Okay. Surviving API deprecation should be the one. Okay. Tarif says I want it for my interview. Yes, it can work for your interview. Okay. Just maybe modify it to own it in your own way. Okay. It could work for you. So if I go to this, just a moment, come here, pause here, and let me see. Yes, this is the video. I've just confirmed from the description. So I built a mock service. Okay. So Tarif, let me know if I've answered your question. Okay. Please let me know. Yes, it can work for your interview. Okay. And in your interview, be ready for questions like, what were the challenges you faced while building this project? Okay. Mention this kind of challenge. You get where you're using an external service and then it is deprecated and then you have to build a mock service. That's a real experience. Like even me, I would share that experience. Okay. And to be able to answer certain questions in interviews, you must have been involved in a project, okay, and build it by yourself and made it your own. Otherwise, it can be a challenge passing what they call behavioral interviews, okay. But nice. I hope I've answered you. Please let me know. The other take says in AWS deployment, we are making Docker down and we are making up again. There will be some downtime in real time. In real time, there are no downtime. Okay. Says sorry. In 86 or 87 video, it was said anti-gravity free. That's only in India, not in your location. Okay, let me address this. Narendra, in AWS deployment, when you do Docker down, okay, and we're making Docker up again, there will be some downtime. Is that true or false? That is very, very true. There'll be some downtime. Now, that comes back to the design and to the business case, okay? Will it hurt the business if there's downtime? Okay? In our case, it won't hurt, okay? Because it doesn't take that long, okay? But on the roadmap, the goal is this. The goal is to have a number of instances, okay? For the start, we just need 2 instances, okay? When an update is being made, we create a new instance. This new instance has what I can call the old code, okay, that is running. Then immediately, okay, the update is done, okay, and Docker Compose down is done, and then Docker Compose up is done. We then create a new, remember this Docker Compose down and Docker Compose up is being done on a new instance, okay? Let me repeat this, okay? Just to make sure I'm not confused you. We have one instance running, okay? When we make an update, a second instance is created, okay? These two instances are now identical, okay? Then only one of them is updated, okay? Git pull, Docker Compose down, Docker Compose up, okay? When it is up, okay, the service now routes to this updated one and the old one is killed. And even then in the plan, we plan not to use Docker Compose, okay, in the feature roadmap in case it scales massively, okay. We would actually be pulling a ready-made image from a image repository like Docker Hub, okay. And this orchestration of having instances will be done by an orchestration tool, okay. That's the plan. But yes, currently there is downtime. And I'm glad that you have been able to see that. There'll be downtime in real time. Okay. And yeah, those are the kind of things that happen. The good thing for things like flights, payments are being handled by external entities. So in case you do a payment and it does not succeed, okay, the webhook would update us that it failed, okay? And even you'll be told that it failed, so you'd have to repeat in case you did maybe like a payment during a downtime, okay? Which is something not good for now, but at the current business level, it makes sense, okay? Yeah, and it's something that is a priority, but not now. The priority is to get done the things I've told you about. Yeah, but the goal is to handle that downtime bit. In fact, there are ways of handling it that, of course, I'll discuss in the future as we go into scaling. Sorry, in 86 or 87 video, I was said, you said the antivirus is free. That's only in India, not in your location. Wait, antivirus is actually free. If you look at my doc, I think this tool, yeah, it is free. It's free. Yeah. It's the models that you have to use, okay, that you pay for, okay, in case you need the AI agent, okay, that's what you pay for. But the actual anti-gravity tool like VS Code is actually free, and you can code without interruption from anybody. Trust me, you can code without interruption manually. But of course, like you know how these AI companies are changing how they are pricing and from day to day, you'd have to pay to get like the premium, what they call them, the premium requests for the LLMs and stuff like that. That's what you pay for. But the IDE mean can actually be used free of charge, and you can download it free of charge. If I haven't understood your question, please let me know. Tarif, Narendra, please, thank you for being active participants. In case of anything, just let me know. All right, so yeah, more to come on this channel. I'm trying to wrap up, okay, system design, not wrap up system design, but I want to go deeper into it, deep enough, okay? In fact, I'm planning that if possible, throughout the whole year, okay, and forever. Okay, forever is too much. I've gone beyond there, but throughout the whole year, okay, I do system design at least once a month, just to keep us fresh, keep myself sharp in the industry, because problems are always new in tech and issues come up from time to time, so that we are sharp at designing systems, because systems thing very important. And then other things like microservices, I can continue that playlist on microservices by building a project around it, in a real world project actually, and go into things like AI engineering, cloud, and stuff like that. In fact, cloud is easier for me to teach because I'm used to it. I can do cloud very, very fast, okay? And go to AI engineering, okay? So please let me know if I've not answered your questions. I appreciate you being active participants. So, all right. So, yeah, I think that's it. I'm just waiting in case you have questions, then I can address them. Otherwise, I would want to end this stream right here. No need to make it long unnecessarily, but yeah, it's important that sometimes certain things have to be shared in live streams because it could be a recorded and edited video, but sometimes I watch videos, I'm like, wow, this guy just recorded this thing. But a live stream gives you a chance, first of all, to be real, okay, to be real and really express yourself without having to edit and do stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, I appreciate everybody who has been an active participant on this live stream, on this channel, okay? Yeah, what began with one subscriber is slowly growing to a community, which I really, really have loved. So thank you for watching, and leave a comment in the comment section. Yeah, it really helps this channel grow, and I'll answer any question that you have. Bye for now, and see you in the next video or live stream.